Welcome everybody, Film Fan 108 here with the Blu-ray pickups for November of 2017. And as you can see, I have a decent size stack to talk to you guys about today. And when I did the October pickups video, I told you guys at the end of that I wasn't going to get nearly as much as I got in that video. That was a crazy haul. This definitely wasn't going to be that, but I still think what I got was pretty cool. So let's get into it. And the first title that I want to talk to you guys about today is Copycat. And I got this, it was at the Halloween stand that I showed you guys in the video for the Blu-ray DVD Out and About on October 31st. And I didn't get it that day. I went back the next day hoping they'd still have the stand there, and they actually did, thank God. And I picked it up for $4.99, and this is such a great movie. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely give this a watch. It's got Sigourney Weaver in here. It's got Holly Hunter. It's got a small role by Harry Connick Jr. in it. And basically, it's about this criminal psychologist played by Sigourney Weaver, and she had a very intense sort of psychiatrist-patient relationship with the character that Harry Connick Jr. plays. He ends up basically trying to kill her, and she basically is profoundly affected by that. Years later, there is another killer basically who is copying him, and he's killing women much in the same way. And basically, Sigourney Weaver has to come out of retirement in order to try to profile this guy, and basically for the cops to catch him, and all the sort of stuff that happens from there. I won't really spoil the movie for you guys if you haven't checked it out, but this is a really great thriller, and it's not really a role that Sigourney Weaver does very often. In fact, she rarely even does these type of movies. So this one was really great. She does a fantastic job in this movie. And again, I got it for $4.99, and honestly, the only special feature on here, guys, is basically the commentary by the director and the theatrical trailer. That's it. I'm hoping in the future there's going to be like this big collector's edition down the road of Copycat. I would love to own that. Until then, $5 for Copycat, I'll take it. Definitely, if you haven't checked it out, give it a watch, please. If you're into thrillers, love movies that have Sigourney Weaver in them, can't go wrong, guys. Copycat. And the next release I got, there was a sale going on and on Amazon, and basically I took advantage of it. I've never owned the movie before. I've seen it a ton of times. I love it. And that is Starship Troopers. And honestly, confession, guys, I tried owning this movie before. I had bought the Blu-ray. I bought the Blu-ray before, and what happened was I would put the Blu-ray in, and the Blu-ray wouldn't work. Dead serious. I would take it out. I would literally like try to get the dust off it, or I would think that maybe there was a scratch on it. I went and I replaced the disc. I brought a new one back, and it never worked. I don't know, maybe I just got really faulty discs for some reason, but I've never been able to own the movie because the discs never worked. So when this came out on 4K, I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna own it, and why not? It's going to look stunning in 4K, and I don't have a 4K player yet. I'm shopping around for it, but I went over to a friend of mine who does have a genuine 4K player, and it looks stunning. The picture quality looks amazing, and it's absolutely fantastic. And basically, this movie is a sci-fi classic now, directed by Paul Verhoeven, has Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer, Jake Busey, Denise Richards, Neil Patrick Harris, Michael Ironside, for Christ's sake. It is a fantastic cast, and basically it's about these bugs that want to wipe out the human race and overpopulate the world, and we gotta kill every damn last bug. And it's gory as hell, it's bloody, it's over the top, it's cheesy as all hell, but I love it so much, guys. It is such a fantastic movie. And this has a lot of the old features, nothing new here, just the old features. Director and cast commentaries, deleted scenes, 19 featurettes, screen tests, much more. It honestly is a fantastic movie, and it does also have the Blu-ray, and I did put in the Blu-ray, and it does work. So, I guess my luck finally turned around. It's a great release, guys. Honestly, even if you just have the Blu-ray, it's such a great movie. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead. Starship Troopers, amazing movie. And the next release is a Shout Select Collector's Edition that came out in November, and I had never seen the movie before, but I was willing to give it a spin, and I'm glad I did. It was such a fantastic movie, and that is Into the Night. And as you can see there, the Collector's Edition right there. And this movie is a movie directed by John Landis. Now, if you guys know the director John Landis, you're thinking, okay, American Werewolf in London. You're thinking The Blues Brothers. You're thinking Animal House. You're thinking all this other stuff. Into the Night is one of these movies that is an unknown movie of his. Nobody really knows it all that well. I didn't until it was announced, and I wanted to check it out. And it's got Jeff Goldblum in it, it's got Michelle Pfeiffer, and basically Jeff Goldblum plays this guy who is really down on his luck, and he basically is just almost in like a loser status kind of thing. His wife is cheating on him, and he decides he wants to get away. And he can't sleep one night, and he's driving around, and he ends up getting into an encounter with Michelle Pfeiffer, who is running from these group of these mob guys. And basically he's trying to help her get out of trouble, and he's getting in trouble, and they're kind of going all over the city during the nighttime, and it's just a really great movie, guys. Honestly, it is. And it's just one of those movies that you think to yourself, like, you just love the chemistry between Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer. It's their first time ever on screen together. It's their only time ever being on screen together, and they're absolutely fantastic here. And the features that this disc has is not bad. You have a new restored master. You have a new interview with the director John Landis, back Into the Night. You have a new interview from Jeff Goldblum, Requiem for an Insomniac. You have the old award-winning documentary B.B. King Into the Night, and original theatrical trailer as well. B.B. King does do some of the music for this movie, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I do want to say one thing about one of the special features here, about Jeff Goldblum, his interview. I gotta admit, I just want to say it's really cool that Jeff Goldblum did an interview for this, because sometimes big stars, if it's not a huge popular movie that they've been in, sometimes they don't do these. For Jeff Goldblum, you would think, okay, they ask him to do The Fly, okay, he's there. They want him to do an interview for Independence Day, boom, he's going. Jurassic Park, okay, let's go. The fact that he did an interview for this movie one of his less popular ones, less known, is really cool of Jeff Goldblum. I really thought that was really cool of him. And you know all those kind of quirks and ticks that Jeff Goldblum has? I always thought those were kind of like a put on, right? Like, he can't be that way in real life. It's gotta just be the movies. That's it. And in this interview, guys, all those quirks and all those ticks that he does, that's Jeff Goldblum. And I'm like, I love the guy even more. The fact that like that's just how he is in general is just really cool. He's just a really cool guy, and the interview's fantastic. It's a great release from Shout Select, and if you haven't heard of the movie, definitely check it out. If you like sort of these, it's kind of tough to describe the movie, but it's really just about these two characters just trying to survive the night and sort of get out of all the crazy hijinks that happens. If you like that, if you like Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Pfeiffer is beautiful and stunning in this movie. Check it out, guys. It's such a fantastic movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it when I saw it. Yeah, I can't believe I had never seen it before now. Into the Night. Definitely check it out. And the next release, Bob and I did a movie review for. We loved it then. I had to pick it up. And that is Atomic Blonde. And you know what? When we did the movie review, Bob and I said it then, I'll say it now. I love kick-ass female lead characters. I love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And for me, guys, I'm not going to lie, Charlize Theron is amazingly kick-ass in this film. She's awesome. The fight sequences, dynamic. They're great. Now, is she doing all her own stunts? Probably not. But things like fighting people down staircases or, going from building to building, attacking people, you see her face. You know it's her. And she does an amazing job in this movie. All the actors do. John Goodman is in this movie. Toby Jones, James McAvoy, a host of others. Everybody does a great job. The acting is phenomenal. And the movie takes place in 80s, and it takes place in Russia, basically when the Berlin Wall is pretty much about to go down. And the idea is that Charlize Theron's agent character has to come in when basically there's turmoil going on. She's got to extract somebody out that has information, and the complications of that. People that are coming after the person that has the information, people that are coming after her. It's just really, really great stylized action. The colors in the movie pop incredibly. It's such a fantastic looking movie. The Blu-ray is amazing. It just pops. And I will say this, the movie is directed by David Leitch. Now, David Leitch co-directed the first John Wick. He directed this movie, and he is also directing next year's Deadpool 2. And if this guy can pull off a kick-ass John Wick movie, a kick-ass female action movie like Atomic Blonde, and a kick-ass Deadpool movie, then this guy is definitely on my radar big time, and he is going to be a fantastic director. He just knows how to direct action and the actors, and he pulls it off, man. It's a really great movie. And the special features here, you have deleted and extended scenes, you have Welcome to Berlin, Blondes Have More Guns, Anatomy of a Fight Scene, you have also feature commentary from the director and editor. Yeah, it's a fantastic release. The movie is absolutely fantastic. And if you guys haven't checked it out, absolutely do that. If you love John Wick, like I do, right here. It's worth your time. I'm telling you. Atomic Blonde. And the next movie that I picked up is a movie that I was interested in checking out looking at the director's library of movies and wanted to see if I would enjoy it, and I did. And I picked up the Arrow edition of Don't Torture a Duckling. And as you can see right there, the slipcover there, right there, and also the theatrical art as well. Very nice. And back in the October pickups, I picked up a relatively unknown Lucio Fulci title called The Devil's Honey. And I really loved that movie. And I thought, what other Lucio Fulci films haven't I seen which I kind of want to check out? And I've heard only good things about Don't Torture a Duckling, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. This was a blind buy. I didn't know if I would like it, and I will admit to you guys that this is a foreign language movie, and it has subtitles. So the idea that if you're not a fan of subtitles or foreign language movies, then this might not be up your alley. But I am thankfully a fan of those things, and I wanted to give it a shot, and it's a awesome movie, guys. It really is. Basically, this movie is about this small little village, and somebody is killing the kids in the village. And you don't know who it is. The village is basically rioting because somebody's killing the kids and they want to know who it is. The police can't figure it out. And there's a whole list of suspects. And the great thing about the movie is that just when you think you know what's going on, just when you think you know who did it, then something happens. And you are like, oh, like for instance, like there could be a character and you're like, yes, it's that person. I know it's that person because that person was right there and there's a connection to him. And then what'll happen is suddenly something will happen in the story and you're like, oh, it's not them. And then another suspect will come in and you'll be like, oh, it's gotta be them. I know it's them. And then they'll twist it around again on you. And I got to admit, guys, it was a fantastic, fantastic movie. And honestly, it's one of those really great little releases that in some ways, I think that if you're a fan of giallos, if you're a fan of Lucio Fulci, I think you're really going to enjoy this movie. He's definitely a great director, and there's so many more movies that he's done which are equally fantastic, and I can't wait to try to check out some of the more stuff that I haven't seen of his. This was a awesome, awesome movie, and the Arrow edition is absolutely fantastic, guys. It has, let's see here, it has new audio commentary by the author of 50 Years of Italian Giallo Films, as a new video discussion about giallo films. You have a video essay by one of the critics talking about this movie. You have a Lucio Fulci audio interview from 1988. You have interviews with the actors, the cinematographers, the editors, the makeup effects artists. Yeah, it's a fantastic, fantastic release, guys. I think you guys are absolutely going to enjoy it. If you definitely are into these type of movies, it's right up your alley. Don't Torture a Duckling. You guys are really going to enjoy it. And the next release I picked up, guys, was one at the end of November. And I was really wanting to pick this title up because I thought it was really cool that they finally released it. And I was so happy that they did. And that is The Woman in Red by Kino Lorber. And really cool art right there. Yeah, really cool. And basically, this has got a great cast in it. You got Gene Wilder, you got Charles Grodin, Gilda Radner, and of course, everyone's favorite girl from the 80s, Kelly LeBrock. And, you know, I know everybody fell in love with Kelly LeBrock with Weird Science. I love Kelly LeBrock in Weird Science, but I think I kind of fell in love with her in this first. And the reason why was that basically, again, I've told you guys this story before in the past, I know, but my mother would record these movies on video cassettes and I would watch them, whenever I got the chance. And The Woman in Red was part of that. And I probably shouldn't have been seeing it when I did, but it was such a great movie. And I fell in love with Kelly LeBrock. She's gorgeous. And the movie itself is just funny as hell. Basically, Gene Wilder plays this guy, an ad executive that kind of feels like he's stuck in a rut, kind of. He has a loving wife and child, but he just feels like maybe that's not enough. And in walks this model played by Kelly LeBrock, and he is smitten with her. Basically, he wants what she's got. And he tries everything to try to get with her, to be with her, and hilarity ensues. Put it that way. It's a great movie, and it's got a really great message about infidelity and sticking with your loved one, and it's got a great message in there. And Gene Wilder does a fantastic job with this movie. He directs this movie, and it's just fantastic. Everybody does a great job with this. And as you can see, even Kelly LeBrock is trying to pull off the Marilyn Monroe as well, and she does a great job. Honestly, if you're a fan of Gene Wilder, if you're a fan of Kelly LeBrock, if you're a fan of more mature comedy in the style of what Gene Wilder does best, definitely give it a watch. And with Kino Lorber here, they only have 2 special features on this. They have an audio commentary by a film historian and an original theatrical trailer. That's it. Unfortunately, Gene Wilder's passed away. Gilda Radner's gone. I don't think Kelly LeBrock is really talking about her movies anymore. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. They can't really get anybody, but I'm still glad we at least got some special features on this disc. I'm really happy about that. The Woman in Red. Definitely check it out by Kino Lorber. And last but certainly not least is the movie that I picked up on Cyber Monday. It dropped about $3-4 and I'm like, I gotta pick this up. It's definitely worth it. I loved it when I was a kid back in the day. I love it now, and that is Space Camp. And like I said, it was a Cyber Monday deal, about $3-4 less than what the original price was, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna regret it. And basically, this has got a great cast. You've got Kate Capshaw, Leah Thompson, Kelly Preston, a young Joaquin Phoenix, and Tate Donovan. By the way, where the hell has Tate Donovan been? Like, that guy needs to make a comeback. Seriously. He really does need to make a comeback. This movie, Love Potion number 9, the guy's great. Come on. He's awesome. Where's his comeback? But as you can see, they have the great artwork here. Fantastic. Very nice. And basically it's about this woman played by Kate Capshaw who, in a nutshell, she is somebody who wants to be the first female astronaut to go out in outer space, and she gets denied, and she has to instead teach a bunch of these younger adults and kids about NASA, the NASA program at Space Camp, and just how the camaraderie happens between all the characters, the fighting between them, but also how they kind of feel like family as well. And the movie is really, really fantastic, guys. Honestly, it really is. It's 80s cheese, 80s effects, 80s music, But I love all that stuff. I'm a fan of 80s cheese. Space Camp is great. It's at times very kid friendly. Um, you know, but that's what got me into it was the kid aspect to it. I like that stuff. It worked for me, guys. It was absolutely fantastic. And you know, unfortunately, this movie didn't do really well at the box office. I believe this movie came out like 6 months after the whole Challenger explosion happened, and basically just buzzkilled the entire movie. But it found a life on video, and it found a life on TV, and thankfully it survived. It's an awesome, awesome movie. I love it so much. I just recently watched it, and I remember just loving it. I loved it so much. It was a fantastic movie. And we actually get a few special features here. We get original theatrical trailer. We get an interview with Starlia Thompson and an interview with the director. And what's really great about this movie is that it just feels nostalgic to me. And some movies feel that more than others. This movie definitely feels that. And I'm glad Kino Lorber put it out. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got this in the collection. Space Camp. Absolutely. And that'll do it, guys. That'll do it, guys, for the Blu-ray pickups for November of 2017. Not a bad stack there to talk to you guys about. Certainly not as big of a stack as the October Blu-ray releases that I picked up. But, you know what? That was a crazy haul. Can't always have all crazy hauls all the time. I gotta save some money. But yeah, there is some good releases coming out in December as well, which I'll be very interested to talk to you guys about when I do the pickup for that month. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the content on the channel. Check out the movie reviews, check out the Blu-ray DVD out and about videos, check out the Netflix Nights movie reviews, check out the other Blu-ray pickup videos that I've done. And if you like what you see, hit subscribe and you will get more of it. Also, I am on Twitter and Facebook, FilmFan108, so check me out there as well. Alright guys, I will be back next time for another Blu-ray pickup video. Take care, guys.